Critical reading and annotation, print and digital texts. Annotating a text is when you mark a text as you read in order to help you read and think critically about the text. Annotation can take many different forms, from highlighting or underlining important passages, to writing notes or questions in the margins of the page, to drawing connections to other parts of the text, other texts, or anything else in your life that helps you understand and process the text. In short, annotating is a behavior that helps you make meaning when reading a text. It's also a great way to increase your critical reading skills, which will help you prepare for tests over a reading, draw connections to other course materials and topics you are learning about, and more fully understand the structure, arguments, themes, and content of a specific text. Some students are hesitant to annotate at first, either feeling that it is disrespectful to books or that it will lower their sellback price at the end of the semester. While you shouldn't annotate library books because they don't belong to you, you should annotate books that you bought or rented for class, unless, of course, the rental contract forbids it. The purpose of a book in an educational setting is to help you learn subject matter and/or critical reading, writing, and thinking skills. Annotation helps you accomplish all of these goals more effectively. And the truth about book buyback is that the bookstore doesn't really care how well used a book is, so long as it's still in one piece and you didn't drop it in the mud or otherwise drastically damage it. They offer the same small amount of money to buy back a book in nearly pristine condition as they do one that's been written all over. Both are counted as used and will be resold at the same asking price. So don't let a fear of lowered buyback returns stand in your way. There is no one style of annotation that works best for everyone. Some people simply read with a pen in hand, while others might have a complex system of sticky notes, highlighters, and/or colored pencils. Some people only underline or star key passages, while others write copious comments in the margins of the text. You will likely need to try out various styles of annotation to figure out what works best for you. The image above is of an annotated poem, but all kinds and types of texts can and should be annotated when reading critically. If you haven't used annotation as a tool for critical reading before, it will probably feel awkward at first. Keep trying out different annotation styles, and over time it will become more natural and comfortable feeling. Annotating by reading a textbook with a pen or highlighter in hand is one thing, but our culture is becoming more and more digitized, which means that we have to adapt our annotation methods to newer technologies. The good news is that most software and some equipment for reading digital text has annotation capabilities. You just need to learn how to use these features. The bad news is there are so many different software and hardware options for digital texts, from Kindles to iPads, from PDF files on Blackboard to articles published online. There's no one quick, easy way to show you how these tools work. In this video, I can give you a few pointers, but what you'll need to do is figure out what your technology situation is and then learn to use the annotation tools appropriate to your situation. Luckily, there are tons of tutorials and how-to videos and documents online. You should be able to easily Google information on how to use the annotation tools for your format or device. Today we're going to quickly talk about basics for Adobe Reader PDF files and options for annotating online content. If you end up reading course texts on a device like an iPad, an Android tablet, a Kindle, Nook, or other e-reader, you'll need to Google how to annotate on those devices. Although great apps for annotating on tablets are iAnnotate for the iPad and Repligo Reader for Android tablets. A PDF is a scanned version of a file. What you see on screen will look the same as what you'd see in the hard copy version of the document. The first thing you need to be able to do is rotate a PDF file, as not all scans will open on your computer oriented for the easiest reading. On the PC version of Adobe Reader, choose View and then Rotate View from the menu on the top of the window. The menus for the Mac version of Adobe Reader look slightly different, but have the same features. If you can't easily figure out how to rotate the PDF, do a quick Google or YouTube search for instructions or a how-to video. Next, let's look at the annotation tools included in Adobe Reader. Please note that older versions of Adobe Reader may not have these tools, so make sure that you've downloaded the newest version of this free, safe software. On the PC version of Adobe Reader, there are two easy-to-find annotation icons on the right end of the toolbar. The first looks like a little speech bubble used by cartoon characters. The tool lets you place bubble comments on the text. When you want to apply a comment, you click on the icon, then click on the text where you want the comment to appear. A box will open and you may type your comment. Once you minimize the box, the document will show you a comment bubble in the text to indicate where you've left comments. The notification of a comment looks like this. When you click on that notification, your comment will open back up for viewing. Open comments look like this. You can click back on the main text of the document or on the minimize icon in the upper right of the comment box to close the comment. Next to the comment bubble icon is a second tool icon that has a capital T on it and looks like a highlighter laying over a piece of paper. This tool lets you highlight sections of the text, which looks like this. Please be aware that documents have to be scanned using specific settings for the highlighter to work. Older scans may not have been scanned using these settings. There is another option for annotation, using the digital signing tools in Adobe Reader. This option will allow you to type comments directly on the page. To access these tools, click on the icon on the left side of the toolbar that looks like a pen writing on a piece of paper. Clicking here will open a new set of tools on the right side of your window. Click on the top tool on the right, the Add Text icon. A text toolbar will appear and you can click directly on the document where you want to add text. You can change the color and sizing of the comments you add using this feature via the text toolbar. When reading PDF files, you should annotate them digitally or print them out and annotate them manually. Annotating as you read helps you process and retain the information in a text more effectively. When it comes to reading documents online, you can, of course, also print them out and annotate them manually. Luckily, however, there are many software programs, websites, and apps that allow you to digitally annotate and save texts you read online without printing them. There are many, and you should explore what works best for you. Some that you might check out include Diigo, Evernote, and Awesome Highlighter. All of these will allow you to annotate online text such as web pages and save your annotations in some fashion. Personally, I find Diigo most useful of the three of these, but you may find one of the others or a different program entirely that works best for you. Try them out and/or do a web search for other programs for annotating web page texts. The beauty of the internet is that the access to a wealth of information on pretty much any topic means that you can find answers quickly. Undoubtedly, someone else has faced the same problem you're wrestling with, and there is information out there to help you. You just need to seek that information out. The bottom line is that annotation is a habit you should have when you are reading. You have many options for how you read text today, but that means you also have a responsibility to adapt your reading habits so that you are still retaining information and taking information and ideas away from a text in the most effective manner possible.